Here we are with the quarterfinals of the IPA going up against the KC Chickaritas. We faced them week one and they never made any transactions, which shows that they're pretty confident in their team, pretty comfortable in it. So it's the same as that team: Garchomp, Rotom, Porygon 2, Mega Mawile, Arcanine, Hydreigon, Golbat, Orbeetle, Trevenant, Gallade, Clefairy. So last time we faced this team, we had a dramatically different team. We had the Kyurem, Mega Sharpedo. Uh, I think we brought both of those at that time. Um, we didn't bring Registeel. I remember we had Registeel, but we didn't bring it. I'm trying to think. I don't really remember, but I know we brought the Kyurem and the Mega Sharpedo. And Mega Sharpedo did some work, but we don't have that this week, obviously. So we're just gonna have to see. He's got a few different huge threats. Biggest thing is his fastest mon is Garchomp, which is 102. So we can work with that. And obviously he can run Scarfs like Scarf Chomp, Scarf Rotom, Scarf Hydreigon. Those are all possible things. Even Scarf Gallade might come. So we'll see about that. But also in week one, like Mega Mawile was not really a big thing. Like it probably could have done more. He just never really brought it out. He was playing really conservatively with the Mega Mawile. So that's something to think about. But with that being said, let's get into the team. First mon I have is Tapu Fini. It's great for a few different things. It's great for Hydreigon. I don't even have to really run especially defensive, and I'm still, just because of my natural bulk on the special side, we can pretty much deal with Hydreigon. It doesn't really get much to hit us with. We can deal with Gallade pretty well with this. It's mainly here for the Garchomp. I can switch into Garchomp pretty well. I don't have the Kebi Berry for Poison Jab, but I'd figure that it's going to be scared out from Moonblast anyway. Defog is for hazard removal. Surf is just for Surf, just for damage, mainly for the Arcanine and the Mega Mawile. And then, because I need to be able to hit Mega Mawile, I can't just sit in on it and let it set up on me. And then we got the knockoff in case I can, maybe knock off Golbat or Porygon 2 or Clefairy. He's got three Eviolite users on the team potentially, so I think just knockoff's a pretty decent middle ground play. If he brings in Rotom Wash, like if I have this mon in against Garchomp, I'm probably not clicking Moonblast. I'm probably just gonna click knockoff. He can bring in Rotom Wash. I can knock off its item, which last time was a choice specs, which was a huge problem. So if we can get that off of him, that would be great. He'll probably run specs again. Honestly, it's pretty good against my team. So next up we have Hybrid our Mega Beedrill. We have U-Turn, Knockoff, Drill Run, and Substitute. Didn't really need Poison Jab on this set. Couldn't really. At first I had Outrage instead of Substitute for Garchomp, but it's not even OHKOing if he's defensive, and it just locks me in. And if I let in Mawile freely, which Mawile may switch into this mon, given that it does really well against me outside of Drill Run. If he does bring that in as that Outrage on the Garchomp, we're gonna have some problems. So Substitute is really, I was thinking about maybe Roost, maybe Toxic Spikes, maybe Swords Dance, but I felt like Substitute was great because Mega Mawile most likely runs Sucker Punch, expecting me to just have 4 attacks maybe on the Mega Beedrill. I can also sub up against just any switches. I think Knockoff and Drill Run is pretty good against his team. I don't know if Drill Run is physical or is like a contact move, so I don't know if that's gonna, like, if I don't know if I'm gonna take Rough Skin damage from the Garchomp, but I'd probably just knock that mon off anyway. I can knock off a bunch of things, and then just U-turn just to grab some initiative. Drill Run's great for Arcanine. Yeah, that's about it. Only thing is if I sub and then a U-turn, it's kind of wasting that health, so I'm probably gonna just try to knock off anything, knock off or Drill Run anything, and then U-turn. So yeah, that's the idea with this mon. Then we got Amoonguss, Kayak. I needed something for a Choice Specs Rotom Wash, and this is the mon to do it. We don't even have to run especially defensive to take 2 Hydro Pumps, where Generator is going to let us heal pretty well. I can Spore almost anything. As long as Trevenant doesn't come out, we can Spore. And if Trevenant comes out, we can Foul Play it. So then we got the Toxic, because Toxic's going to be great if he already has a Sleeping Mon. Like if he switches into Arcanine and I Spore it, right? Or I don't know. let's say he brings in. Oh, Dad's calling me. I'll be right back. Uh, okay, we're back. I hope that worked. I guess I'll check after recording this. But I got a call and then I had to go. So I'm back though. Um, so yeah, as I was saying, just like if I can spore something and then they might want to use that as like spore fodder so I can't spore anything else, I can just toxic. So let's say he brings in Gallbat and I spore it. Then next time he brings in Arcanine, which is pretty much a free switch, but if I predict that and go for toxic, that's gonna be great. So yeah, basically just here for the Rotom. Um, can't do much to Mawile. Let's say for Spore it. Can't do. I guess I can Giga Drain the Garchomp or Toxic. You know, just wear things down with Toxic is gonna be great, especially for the P2. So yeah, next up is Landorus Therian, another Fizz Def Mon. If you look at his team, it's pretty physically oriented. I mean, I don't really need to deal with anything on the special side except for Rotom Wash and Hydreigon, and Hydreigon is dealt with pretty well with Finny. Like I don't think he brings Hydreigon. He didn't bring it last time, and I don't think that changes this week. Especially since he already has the Garchomp. So Fizz Def, I can actually take two play roughs from Mega Mawile with this mon with the Intimidate. Fully Fizz Def, I can do a lot back with Earthquake. Kind of pivot around with U-turn. I do have the Stealth Rocks because he's got, let's see, he's got Defog, Rotom Wash, Defog, Hydreigon, Defog, Golbat. So I only think he's bringing Rotom Wash. I don't think he brings Golbat or Hydreigon, but I mean he could bring Golbat maybe, but especially because of Mega Beedrill. Yeah, that could be a thing, but I guess we'll see. Um, and yeah, that's Lando for you. Next up, we have Choice Scarf Greninja, because I know he's bringing at least one thing that's scarfed, most likely. And if we can just have the I mean, I'm modest anyway, so I don't really need the Life Orb. That would help, obviously, but yeah. We got Surf, Ice Beam, Dark Pulse, U-turn. Basically, if he runs, he could run Scarf Rotom. I'm thinking more towards the lines of along the lines of like a Scarf Garchomp, but it's just a safety net. It's just in case I know something's scarfed and I can't deal with it. I might change this to Life Orb if I really think that something's that I think that's more valuable. But um, thing with that is that I lose health, and he does have priority like Sucker Punch, Mawile, E-Speed, Arcanine, uh, Shadow Sneak, Gallade, which won't really do much. But yeah, there are options. Mainly E-Speed, Arcanine. I don't want to whittle myself with Life Orb to the point where he can like Bandit E-Speed me. So yeah, that's basically that. I'm just trying to get revenge kills, and I don't know. Surf is pretty decent against him. I can't do much against the P2 or the Clefairy, but everything else I hit pretty well. Next up is Mira. I got Mira with the thick club. He's adamant. I have a little bit of speed. Hopefully I can outspeed Mega Mawile. He'll probably see that coming though and just run a good amount of speed on Mawile. If he does that, I brought like a Colberberry Marowak last time. Not bringing that this time. I'm just gonna go full offense. Don't need the lightning rod because Rotom kills me anyway. And if I need an immunity, I already have Tyson, which they're both weak to water, so it's whatever. I just brought substitute. I brought Toxic instead of Shadowbone because I think if it runs defensive P2, he can probably take two Flare Blitzes, and I don't want to deal with that. So yeah, I can't Poltergeist because it's immune, so I'd just rather Toxic it. Or if like an Intimidate no item Arcanine could be a thing, but I also, on the off chance that P2 lives two Flare Blitzes, I don't want to just have Earthquake for Arcanine. I'd rather just have Toxic. So, and also Toxic Arcanine probably can't really hit me back with much unless it runs Toxic or Crunch, which we'll scout for. So yeah, this mon's just kind of here to hopefully I can revenge kill Mawile, or at least get it in against Mawile to the point where he can't stay in, or he's not going to risk staying in, and I can just yeah, Flare Blitz and do a lot of damage. Maybe he runs no item Garchomp. That's a possibility, in which Toxic would be great. So yeah, that's about that, or that's about it with this set and with the team. I hope I can pull out the win. If I make any changes, the game is tomorrow, so if I make any changes, I'll definitely let you know, and before the game starts. So yeah, that's gonna be that. Thank you guys for watching. Wish me luck. Somehow we're in the playoffs. I'm just happy we made the playoffs after that 0-3 start. So yeah, that's gonna be that, and I will see you guys next time. Or I'll see you in the battle. That's what I meant to say. All right, here we are with the battle. As you can see, my opponent brought a team of Rotom Wash, Golbat, Hydreigon, Clefairy, Garchomp, and Porygon 2. Now, I didn't actually do, and a lot of times I forget this, but I didn't make a prediction of 6 before the match. But I mean, guessing, I'm just assuming by like how I talked about the team, it's obvious that I did not expect this 6. I really expected Mega Mawile, and now my mom is singing. Okay, hopefully you can't hear that. um, so yeah, Rotom Wash, I expected. Garchomp, I expected, and either P2 or Golbat, one of the two, but he brought both of them. No Mega Mawile, no Arcanine, something else. I can't really remember, but also didn't really expect the Clefairy. He brought all 3 Evilatemons, so look at the team, like preview. I think leading Lando is probably gonna be fine. Just trying to get my rocks up. If that fails, then it's whatever. I can kind of switch if he leads with Rotom. So yeah, with that being said, let's get. Oh, actually, let's start at 115. Okay, that should be good. Okay, I lead with Lando as he leads with Rotom. Now I can't stay in here because I can't risk getting Hydro Pumped. Going to Kayak, which is here for this mon. Now last time it was Specs. This time it's not, because that does like 17%, and that's like not even invested, so that's great for me. As now I'm gonna go for Spore. He has, unless something has Safety Goggles, he's got no switch in. I was hoping it wasn't like Safety Goggles Hydreigon, because that can be annoying, but he gets the sleep on Golbat. Now he traces the Regenerator, which is annoying. I'm gonna go out into Lando. I don't even know what I was predicting there, but I think I was just trying to get my rocks up. He stays in with Golbat, so I knock off, and he does go for Ice Beam, but I do live it, so that's really good. I can tell he's pretty much Spidef with the damage I'm doing with that Lando, because I calced it. Still having Lando there is great, because I can still have the option of Stealth Rocking. I think ultimately that was still the right move. I just wanted to, well, maybe not the right move, but I really wanted to get the Eviolite off that Mon, and on the off chance he didn't have Ice Beam, I'd be okay. So now I get a Toxic off on the Garchomp as he gets rocks up, and now he's going to go for Roar, which is not the best. Now here, this is a critical move. I really predict him to Roar. If I go into Finny and he roars again, it's just a bad situation, so I'm just going to predict him to not go for Earthquake, whether it be Switch or just go for Roar, because Poltergeist probably would have killed that Mon. So he goes into Clefairy, and I completely just knock it out. I was kind of hoping I wouldn't, so I could sub up on it, but alas, that did not happen, as I killed the Clefairy, and now he goes into Rotom, so I'm going to be able to just pivot into Amoonguss really easily. I believe I just click Foul Play here, because I know he's going to go into Golbat every single time. No, I actually go for Giga Drain, okay. And here, I know he's been asleep for one turn, or no, he hasn't, never mind. Okay, this is a, I'm getting ahead of myself here. So I go into Finny here, because I know he's going to be asleep this turn. I knew he was going to try to burn a turn of sleep there, so I'm just going to defog, get the rocks off the field, get back up to full health. Now this P2 could have Thunderbolt. That is a potential. All I've seen right now is Ice Beam and Teleport. So now I just switch into Kayak, thinking there's no way he Ice Beams. If he Tri Attacks, that's fine. He did just Teleport though. Now I'm just gonna Foul Play, because I didn't want to risk him getting like a first turn Wake and then hitting something hard with like a Super Fang. He does go for Super Fang here, as I get the Foul Play off, just, I don't know, doing something. I go for Spore again here, because I think he would have gone for Brave Bird. He goes for Super Fang there again and misses, which is great. I don't think it really mattered in the long run, because I have Regenerator that heals 33%, and I was switching out. I was pivoting to this Amoonguss a lot this game. So now I go into Landers. It's a free switch. I'm just going to go for the rocks here as he goes into P2. Now, a play I was really worried he was going to do is U-turn, or just double into Garchomp, predicting my U-turn that would kill Tyson, but I felt like it was still worth it. I mean, I got my rocks up, so that's really all that mattered. He goes to Tri-Attack here and freezes me, which is huge, because I really don't know how long this freeze is going to last. on my Mon. But now I pretty much know his 4 attacks. I mean, unless he doesn't have recover, which would be crazy. I burn a turn of freeze there, and now I'm just gonna switch. I believe it, yeah, in the Alolan Marowak as he clicks teleport. Good play on his part. Um, as Rough comes in now. This time I'm just gonna make the easy play into Finny because it is an easy play. If he wants to get up rocks, that's okay. At least I have the momentum here. So I'm gonna go into Finny here, and I believe I just click Moonblast because I don't want to risk him staying in, getting up rocks. That'll be a little bit annoying. Um, he goes into the Porygon, traces the Misty Surge. It's irrelevant. I get a crit there. Doesn't really matter, but it's still nice as he goes into, or I go to Marowak Alola, knowing that he's probably going to recover or teleport here. He does recover, so now I know that there's nothing that P2 can hit me with. So I'm just going to click sub here, get behind a sub, and now I can just Poltergeist this Mon. I didn't actually know if Poltergeist was a contact move until now, because it's going to show that it obviously is not, as I am going to knock it out. It does have a rocky helmet, so that was definitely nice for like a Beedrill, or even a, I don't know, different contact Mon I have, maybe, whatever. So he goes into No Love. I'm just going to go into Top of Finny. It's an easy play. As he goes for D-Dance, I'm not really sure why, because I am physically defensive Finny. I mean, unless he flinches me 15 times, which is definitely possible, but I still have a Moongus there to spore it. Actually, I don't think I could have spored it because because the Golbat's still asleep. So he brings in Rotom. I'm gonna have to just bring in Amoonguss. I was really expecting a Volt Switch there, but I mean, there's really no drawback of a Volt Switch. But he goes for Thunderbolt and then Volt Switch, so this allows me a chance to get a Fat Thaw. Does not happen. Really need this Mon to thaw pretty quickly. Weed Change is going to be able to come in with that Ice Beam, do a good chunk, and I'm still frozen solid. So, and he did Trace Regenerator, so he's going to be able to, when he switches, he's going to get a lot of health back. So I am still frozen solid. I predicted him to predict my switch into Marowak and stay in there. And I really was not expecting to thaw it anytime soon. But yeah, so I am going to switch because it's still decent. It can deal with Rotom. My bad. It can deal with Rotom really well. So he's going to bring in the Porygon 2. So I just click Ice Beam, hoping to hit the Golbat really hard, probably kill it. Because seeing how this Porygon is specially defensive, I know that Golbat's probably physically defensive for like a Beedrill. He's going to recover here. This is fine. I really expected the recover there, or the Tri Attack. He wouldn't have Ice Beamed there, I don't think. And even so, it wouldn't have done much. So I'm going to get a free substitute off here. And now he brings in No Love, and this is really the biggest threat against me at this point. So if I can weaken this, that'll be great. I go for Flare Blitz here. Does a lot of damage, almost knocks him out. He can't Roost Stall me because it does over half. I was kind of worried about like a defensive Roost DD and then Outrage Iron Head maybe. But he has Outrage, which is really not good for him because I can just switch into Finny here. But luckily for him that he doesn't have to stay in there and just die to the Moonblast. I wasn't sure if he was able to switch or not, but he was. I do get the Spatak drop, which is great. As he's going to click Recover here, which is fine. I do have Kayak in here, so I'm pretty sure I can take 2 more Ice Beams. So if I could Thaw, that would be perfect. As I do Thaw, and I'm going to be able to click Foul Play. I can't obviously Spore because of... wait, is Golbat awake? I keep forgetting. Golbat was asleep for like 80% of this game, I swear. I go for Giga Drain here. I don't know, just because I didn't want to switch. If I switch into Marowak, it might die to like 2 Ice Beams, so just trying to play around that. I know it's got, well, no, because it had a special attack drop. So as long as he didn't freeze me here, I was in a good position. He did not freeze me. I was confident he wasn't going to click Tri Attack there. So yeah, I'm going to be able to go back into Mirror here. As he clicks Tri Attack, I knew he wasn't going to Ice Beam because he stayed in. Maybe he clicks Recover instead of Tri Attack, but it's fine because then I can just sub. I'm going to go for Flare Blitz here because I didn't want him to predict my sub and go for Ice Beam, and then I wouldn't be able to sub. So Flare Blitz was just an easy play there. Rotom probably would have been able to take one, but then I can just bring in Amoonguss. So yeah, in comes the Amoonguss, and now he's going to go for the Volt Switch, get a crit on me. So unlucky, definitely mattered. Yonkers comes in. Now I don't really care about 6-0. It does not matter at this point. I'm just trying to make sure because the only mon that can directly knock this thing out is that Greninja. So he's gonna stay asleep here. I'm just gonna go for the knockoff as he wakes up and roosts. Earthquake would have been really nice there, but I mean knock off the Eviolite basically secures that Greninja can beat this thing. So yeah. He's gonna U-turn. I'm kind of surprised that killed actually. If he had like no attack investment, he was -1, and I was fully Fizz Def. I was like, okay, what if he doesn't kill me on that? That'd be crazy. But yeah, now we can just bring in Beedrill and U-turn. I mean, just trying to clean up the game as easily as possible. No way I'm gonna get somehow swept or whatever. So I just go into the Marowak and click Flare Blitz, and I'm able to pick up 4 kills with Marowak, which is wild. As I'm not gonna switch. I don't want to risk him DDing up and then outrage. But he had Life Orb, so I didn't want to risk him roosting, I guess, is what I meant. But we're gonna get a 4-0 on him, so it's great. Nice revenge for week 1. Next week we face off against Geek Yogurt, not Greek Yogurt, the Geek Yogurt. No, that's the Lele Mega Glade Hippowdon team. Actually, I don't think it has Hippowdon. It's got like Gliscor, I think. No, I don't know. I know it has Lele and Glade and Mega Glade. So, needless to say, that's gonna be a really tough game. I actually wish I was facing off against Sun, the undefeated team with the Dragapult and Mega Medicham. I feel like I would have a better chance against that team, just matchup wise, because I remember just getting completely obliterated by the Mega Glade. So that's not gonna be fun, but we'll try our best, I suppose. Going into semifinals, and yeah. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.